It's been playing in my head. Yeah, that part is just that part. I wish I had a time machine. Hi everybody, welcome to Roomies and Vibes, episode 1. We're gonna keep it a little chill today. We're just gonna talk about ourselves, let y'all get to know a little bit about us.
Introduce ourselves.
For sure. We also smoking a hookah. This is gonna be something you see in all of our episodes. We smoke like every day. Let us know your favorite hookah flavor. I'm over smoking Love 66 and Peach. I need something new. So we're gonna start off with intros. I'll go first since you're smoking right now. Hello everybody, my name is Ciara. I am from Queens, New York, born and raised. Queens gets the money. I'm Dominican and Romanian, and I'm also a Gemini. My birthday is June 20th. Make sure you save that in your calendar. Big Gemini energy. I also go to UA. I'm currently a sophomore, and yeah, y'all gonna find out more about me soon. You wanna go next?
Booming. Okay. My name is Bree. I'm a Taurus, born and raised in Queens. Raised in Queens, NDR. Raised in DR. 100% Dominican. My birthday's May 7th. Save the date. I'm a sophomore as well. I go to the College of St. Rose.
And we're gonna talk about how we got here, how we met. We're gonna first talk about how we met, so I'll go first because I feel like my side of the story is definitely different from hers. I really didn't like her. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. We were freshmen in high school. We were in gym class. Well, we were in my gym class because she didn't even belong there. And we were getting floor spots. And I'm gonna insert a picture of what she looked like because the way I describe it is not good enough. She had like bright blonde hair and she was wearing some like red Nike windbreaker. Like I remember everything, right? And so I'm sitting in my floor spot and she's walking across.
That's not crazy.
Wait,
that's not crazy. She's a hater. She from a whole
She's
fit.
walking across the gym and she goes and she hops her ass like on the table while everybody else is sitting on the floor. So I'm like, who is this? She was very rah-rah. Nah, but you have to admit you were very like yeah, she was very like rah-rah, city rah-rah though. Like it was just OD. And I was like, who is this girl? Like, what's going on? Do you want to share like your side and like get deeper into it about
Well, I can't say nothing about that day because I don't remember because I wasn't paying her mind because I didn't know who she was. So boom.
I feel like that's more offensive, but whatever. At least I like noticed you.
You noticed me because I'm that police. Anyways, so from what I could remember, when I found out who she was, is because we had a mutual friend that was on the basketball team with me.
Shout out to you if you're watching this.
And that was her best friend at the time. Mm-hmm. So like I got close to that girl and then I knew like who her best friend was. So that's how I knew who she was, and I just knew like she just went to my high school. Like that's all I really knew her. Like she's on the softball team, she's volleyball. Ooh, she's athletic. Like that's all I really knew. Like that's the athletic girl. Then we had our junior year, we ended up having health class together, and we had health class with that same mutual friend. And I wanted to stay with that mutual friend because she was like the one that I was the closest to in that class, like the only person I really knew. Mm-hmm. And she wanted to sit with her. So we all 3 sat at the table, and it was like me, the mutual friend, and her because we didn't talk. Because somebody didn't really like me. And I got that vibe.
No. She was cool once I started talking to her, but my first impression of her was that I didn't like her. But I find that in a lot of situations, people that I don't like, I end up being the closest to.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of
people
are
that
like
you
that
think is
too.
like bitchy.
Yeah, but the memory that I remember the most is when she ripped her pants and she was texting everybody for pants. Like this girl was popped and panicking. Like, and I had jeans in my locker, and I was like, hey, like I got jeans in my locker. I don't know what size you are. I'm a size 12, and she was like, I'm a size 12 too. And I was like, bet. And I feel like that's where our friendship started because I wasn't gonna give no random stranger pants.
Yeah, that's really how we got close.
And then we ended up having class together, another class which was like a college readiness class, and that's when we started talking about like college apps and stuff. And I was like, I want to go to UA, and she was like, yo, like I want to go to UA too. And then that's where like our whole relationship really started. I feel like because we were like we're going to the same college.
Bro,
like,
it was kind of like we said we wanted to go to the same school, and the next day we was already deciding to go be roommates.
My biggest thing though going into college was that I didn't want a stranger as a roommate. So I was like, yeah, I don't really know you, but like I have this whole year to get to know you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like instead of a lot of people like,
and we didn't know about that COVID was gonna happen. At
yeah.
That time.
Oh yeah, because we were still in school. Like everything was fine, and then that's when COVID had just started. Like a few months into like us talking about dorming together and stuff.
No.
Really?
That was junior year that we spoke about dorming.
No, but like senior year, we were like solidify on it, and then COVID happened.
Oh yeah. No, but the thing was that in January I didn't get accepted to UA, remember? And then COVID, March.
Yes.
I remember it was March 15th. I think it was March 15th because I was in Puerto Rico like panicking.
And I think we became friends so close too, just because our relationship was really open.
Yeah, like from the jump, like I don't know, it was really that.
We started talking about that mutual person first, and that's what our conversations were mostly based about. Cause
like, hey, did you talk to
on her own?
Yeah, hey, did you talk to him today or like?
And then as we started talking about that, like I started dropping little stuffs about my life, and then she started dropping little things about her life, and then that's how our situation became like really open. You know what I mean? I feel like that's how we became friends so fast.
Yeah, we were comfortable with each other from the jump.
So my question for you is, do you think we would have been friends if we weren't in that health class, or like we weren't sitting together?
No.
You know what? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm gonna just say yes, just because. Let's say hypothetically, like you still didn't get into UA, but like you still went to St. Rose and I still went to UA. I feel like the friend groups are so close here that like we're bound to run into each other eventually. And I would have been like, oh shit, like isn't that girl from high school? And I feel like that's where our friendship would have started.
No, baby, because
I think so.
If it wasn't for this living situation, I would have left. And you already know I wasn't on camp at all my freshman year. So it's like I had no business to run into you. Because the only UA person I know was this dude, and you wasn't going to be around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I feel like if COVID wasn't a thing, if COVID wasn't a thing,
maybe.
And our, like, we would have been outside and stuff, I definitely would have been, like, I felt like we would have ended up running into each other. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the living situation since you brought that up?
So, boom. So, like we said, I didn't get accepted to UA, but I still ended up going to school in Albany. So, our schools are, like, 5 minutes away from each other. So, I was dorming, she was dorming. I was always in her dorm. We were always hanging out. Like, we would try at least hang out, like, once a week. And after my first semester of freshman year, I was over it. Like, I went back home. I did my classes online.
Bro, she was home every weekend because, like, we have each other's locations. I would look, like, to be like, yo, like, come, let's go do something. She was always in the city, always gone. Or I'll text her, like, what are you doing this weekend? And you'll be like, going back to the city. And I'm like, damn, okay.
Because the thing was that, like, in UA, they were still, like, there were still rules because of COVID, but it wasn't as strict as my school. I go to a private school, so it was so strict. Like, we couldn't even be in each other's dorm rooms. Like, if it's not your roommate that you're dorming with, like, you're not. And if you get caught in somebody else's room, you have to go home for 2 weeks to quarantine. Like, so I was like, I'm just go home every weekend. Like, it was whack. So that's that, yeah. So then I was like, after my freshman year, I'm gonna just transfer, stay in the city because I had so much going on in the city. Like, so much. I was working. Oh my gosh.
You were working OD too.
I was working every day from like 12 o'clock to like 12 o'clock. Yeah. Like, it was like, and I enjoyed it. Like, I really loved my job. So I was like, yo, I could just stay here. I could stay here, go to school here, make money. Like, we all in school to end up making money at the end of it. So might as well make money while I'm in school and I can stay in the city. But then she texts me in like May. It was after, like, that's it, like, freshman.
It was like middle of May.
Yeah, freshmen. That's it. Like, we ended our freshman year. She texted me in the middle of May, and it's like, I helped on my friend's lease, and we have an extra room. Like, do you wanna live with us? And at that time, like, I didn't really tell nobody that I was planning on staying in the city. So I was like, damn, like, oh my gosh, this might be it. And then I told my mom about it, and my mom is really the reason why I hopped on the lease, because I was like, you didn't really get a college experience, so maybe this will really be your college experience. Like, just try it out for a year, and if you don't like it, you could come back. So, yeah, like 2 weeks before the lease started, I signed it.
Yeah, and then, like, I hopped on the lease because they ended up having an empty room, and they knew that I was looking for a place to live, but, like, the 1 bedrooms were, like, too expensive. You could take this. They were expensive, so they were like, yo, we got an empty room, like, do you want to sign the lease? And I was like, bet. And then another girl, it was like a few days later, ended up dropping from this, because we have 2 floors, we live in, like, the full house, and there's 3 bedrooms downstairs, and there's 2 of us, and there was another girl, and the other girl had ended up dropping, and nobody knew who to add on the lease. So I was like, I already knew the first person to call, so I called her. I'm like, yo, there's an empty room, you gotta hop on this lease with me.
Because it was kind of like, we made all these plans, like, we, like, to the T, like, what fridge we're gonna get, what TV we're gonna get, what projector we're gonna get, what theme we're gonna have in our room. Like, we planned all of that for it not to happen. So this was kind of like, we could still make it happen and we could still be roommates, but now it's like we're housemates. You know, like, it was just
literally just a bigger space.
Yeah,
that we have to
instead
decorate.
of sharing a room or sharing a floor, like,
yeah. So because like I know your college experience and stuff in the beginning, like you didn't want to stay here, what advice would you give to like freshmen and sophomores that are also going through the same thing?
You have to really wait it out. Like it's different if like you have friends, if you're going out and it's still not for you. Okay, then go home. But like I didn't experience nothing, so for me to just go home was kind of like I could never say I experienced college until like me living here. That's when I can say like I really experienced college. Like doing an assignment 5 seconds before it's due because you about to go out and you kind of drunk already, but you're dressed and you at the door like, you know, or like you in the spot on your phone like typing away. Like I feel like that now I can say I really experienced college. So I feel like that's my advice. Like you really have to wait it out.
My thing is either wait it out or throw yourself like head first. Like I know that seems like a lot and that can be like scary and intimidating, but I feel like that's how you're gonna find your people. It's like going out. Like there were days where like she didn't want to go out and I was like, bro, we're going out, like let's go, like, and then that's where you ended up meeting like some of the best people.
And you have to be mad friendly. Like nobody came up to me, people came up to me like, but like I was the one like in a sense, like I was the one like when she introduced me to somebody, I made sure that if I saw that person outside again, I would say hi so that they would remember my face, because like we're meeting in these social settings and we're all drinking. Like you're probably not gonna ever remember me if I don't say hi to you again. So it's kind of like you just have to continue to like introduce yourself to people, like, you know, like hang out with people, text people like, hey, like what you doing today? And then that so many of my best memories just started with a what are you doing tonight text. Like that's really all it is.
Yeah, and then like even like outside of social settings, like even on campus and stuff, because a lot of freshmen do end up dorming in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like throw yourself out there, bro. Like there's so many organizations and opportunities on campuses that people don't really know are available to them if you don't go out looking for them. You know what I mean? So like I feel like that's really important. So next we're gonna talk about how our podcast began and how this whole thing became a thing, because it took us a while to get here, but we got here. So you want to explain a little bit?
So I have this thing that we could be doing anything, like anything. We could just be watching TV or something, or we could be on an adventure. I'm gonna pull out my phone and start recording. I'm like, welcome back to my vlog. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You know, like that's something I always say, and I'm always recording us, and I always take videos of us on my laptop on the photo booth app. Like,
I'm gonna insert some clips right now.
I've done a bun. I've done a middle bar. Oh, you can see the color of what it is. Oh. Okay. Thanks for coming. Like that's like my favorite thing to do. So she was just like, and we always talked about like, oh, we should make a YouTube channel, or we should do with this, we should do with that. But like we never really took the next steps until like she did.
I just feel like our conversations are really genuine, and I feel like there may be people out there like need to hear what we talk about, because I feel like a lot of times we're spitting facts.
Our friends be talking sometimes like, yeah, this needs to be recorded. Yeah, because I'm hearing this for free.
And a lot of the time we're just like chatting, and like maybe there may be people that like want to be a part of that setting. You know what I mean? Where like we could just sit down, and one thing about our podcast is that it's not just going to be about one thing. Like we're literally going to be talking about anything and everything. So be ready for that, because it's going to be all over the place, but it's going to be an organized all over the place.
Organized chaos.
And then we're also going to have a lot of special guests as we go along in our future episodes. We have a lot of friends that want to come on our podcast, so little by little, you guys will be meeting them. Yeah, we'll be talking about different things, just depending on the person that's here. But one thing that we're always going to do is explain that picture and a card from We're Not Really Strangers. It's a chance for you guys to get to know us, and a chance for us to dig a little bit deeper into our lives and get on a more personal level. So we're going to start with Explain That Picture. Basically, she's going to give me a picture, and I'm going to give her a picture, and we have to explain the stories from those pictures.
Yeah, like what was happening that picture was taken.
So this is my picture for you.
Oh. Okay. So this...
And I'm going to insert the picture right here, just so y'all get a little insight.
So this picture, we took this picture... Was it before or after?
It was after.
Okay, boom. So we took that picture because we were about to go out. We were going to go somewhere. We were about to go on a road trip with our friends real quick. Mm-hmm. But we both was like, we have time to have a sneaky link before we leave. But we didn't want our sneaky links to see each other because they knew each other.
Not no weird shit, but just like
we just didn't want them.
They're sneaky for a reason.
Yeah,
so
like I don't want you to know who I'm messing with. I don't want.
Right.
She don't want this person to know who she messing with. So it's kind of like So. So before that picture, it was kind of like, boom, like Yours is gonna come in, lock him in the room. I'm gonna have mine come in, boom, lock him in the room. Yours is gonna go, text me when he leaves, so I can have this one leave, and then boom, like
it was like, really coordinated to a T. Though.
It was perfect, like it was perfect timing. Like this one left, and by the time mine left, it was enough time that this one was already probably down the block, so they didn't run into each other. So that picture was just like us getting ready for our quick little road trip with our friends.
And it was just so funny because we planned it, and then we were getting ready together in the bathroom, and we were like,
yeah, we did that. That's kind of what that picture was. Like, yeah, like this went according to plan. Okay, boom.
And my picture. She sent me my picture. It's on my laptop. I'm also gonna insert a picture right here. Where do I start? Okay, so boom. Basically, you guys are gonna meet them eventually, but we started hanging out with a group of people, and before we were just talking to shitty ass men. You need to take this because I'm about to dive deep into this conversation. We were just messing with really shitty men that like we would do everything for, and like it was never like a give and take, an even situation. So I didn't feel good one day, and I ended up liking somebody that we were hanging out with, and but it was nothing. Like it was just I was liking you from afar, and so I didn't feel good at all. Like you could. One thing about me, when I'm sick, you're gonna know I'm sick. Like my whole aura just changes. Like I don't want to do nothing. I'm just quiet. I just want to sleep all day. But we ended up going to the crib. So we're there. We're watching movies, and this person's like, "I'm making tea. Do any of y'all want tea?" And
no.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And then you were like, "Sierra wants tea," and I was like, "No, I'm good." This is how I remember this story. Okay. I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't want. And then her being the instigator was like, no, yeah, she wants one. So whatever. He goes into the kitchen. He's doing his thing. Bree goes, like, to another part of the house to talk to somebody else. And then I'm sitting on the couch, and he brings me a cup of tea. And I was like, I don't want it. He was like, you're going to drink it. And I was like, all right, fine. And then he brings out another cup. And then he was like, this one's for Bree. And then that was just a moment we had that while, like, guys really treat girls like this. Like, it went on Twitter, it went everywhere.
I was like, tea? He made us tea?
Yeah, like with lemon in it, like the whole thing, the whole shebang. And so I was just like, wow, like these are genuine people. That's how I remember the story. I don't know if you want to explain your side, but
he was going to the kitchen and he always used to make tea. So I was like, Sarah's sick, make her tea. And he was like, no.
He said no?
Yeah, that's why when he brought it was such a shock.
Oh no, from what I remember, like I was just dubbing the whole situation. Like
no, yeah, and then because I said that and she was like, no, I don't want. Like I'm fine.
Like I was heavy on like the no.
And he was just, want. And you know him being smart, like good. I wasn't gonna make you none.
And then he ended up coming out with tea, and I was like, yo, that's really nice. That's just when we found out that men could be really nice in college. So hopefully y'all have a tea moment. Like we had a tea moment.
I'm gonna ask you.
And then the next thing we're gonna do is with the We're Not Really Strangers cards. We're gonna do this with all our guests. Next episode, hopefully we'll have the cards here because Bree's gonna bring the cards from home, and then all of our guests get to pick one card, and then either they can share their answer or they can have somebody else share their answer based on the question that they pick. So I'm gonna read you my question first, and you have to answer this. So what expectations have I set on people in my life that have been hurting me the most?
Trying to get serious for this one.
Oh God.
You expect everybody, well no, not everybody, but the people you let in to like be on your type of timing, and I feel like that we both do that, but I feel like that's what has hurt you. Like when in certain situations, like you give so much that you expect for that to be reciprocated, but you be expecting that from people that just not, they just ain't shit. Sorry.
Okay.
I think that's what hurts you the most.
I agree.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm learning to change that though.
No, yeah, for sure.
For sure, because I haven't been like that anymore. So, and then I have her question on my laptop. She's going to go ahead and read her question.
Okay, for me, it's finish the sentence. Strangers will describe me as blank, but only we know that I am blank.
Okay, so strangers would describe her as conceited, but only I know that she is like the complete opposite.
I'm humble.
Well, I don't know about humble. But she just knows what she has to offer to the world, and I feel like a lot of people don't really know that until they get to know her, like from the outside. She moves like she's that bitch, like as she should, but like a lot of people take that in the wrong way.
For sure.
Yeah. So that's what I feel like it is, and she's like the exact opposite. Like she'll be coming out her room, change her outfits like 3 times. Like I don't like how this looks. I don't like how this looks. But yeah, I feel like it's the exact opposite of what people see her as. Like you just gotta get the chance to know her.
For sure.
And then the last thing we're gonna do on today's episode, I know it's coming to an end, don't be sad, we'll be back next week, is Song of the Day. So we're both gonna pick a song at the end of every episode. We're gonna tell you why we like it, why we bangs with it, and then hopefully you could get on the wave, you could listen to it with us, because all the songs we were listening to be gas. So do you want to go first and share your song of the day?
The song that's on my mind today is a different song, because yesterday was another song stuck in my head. But today, a song that's in my head is because of TikTok, and it's Time Machine. I don't know why.
Really?
It's been playing in my head. Yeah, that part. It's just that part. I wish I had a time machine. Yeah, that part. It's just that part of the song. So I can say that's my song of the day.
Okay, and then my song of the day is going to be First Class by Jack Harlow. Not the biggest fan of the first verse. I think he really rushed the song once it got famous on TikTok. But yeah, overall the song is good. I feel like I have to listen to it more. Definitely excited for the album. I love Jack Harlow. So yeah, I feel like that's my song of the day.
Alright, so that was that. I hope y'all enjoyed.
Thank you for coming out to vibe with your favorite roomies, right?
Getting to know why because we want to do this first episode just to explain to y'all like why we started this, who we are, so y'all can know us. Like moving forward, like y'all can understand why we are the way we are with each other, how we speak, you know, just so y'all can understand us a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of Roommates and Vibes. We're gonna try to post every Sunday, so make sure you're on the lookout for that. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for our next videos. Peace out, Girl Scouts.